limitation that is otherwise known in the community as the home rule election. Cities and towns, about 90 of them like Apache Junction, every 4 years go to their voters and ask for the opportunity to be able to expend dollars that they receive. And ever since we've been here, I've been here, the community's been very supportive of the effort of allowing our elected officials to obviously balance their budget and spend what they bring in and no more. So this is not a tax, this is something that we have gone through before, but tonight we wanted to make sure that our school board and community members know what the home rule election is. Just two items to bring up. The flexibility of the home rule provides, for example, us as a group to be able to do things like our Thank Goodness It's Friday program. This last year, for example, we were able to work together and be able to bring that program in. We're working right now on a downtown event center. That flexibility, that ability to have home rule is flexibility to our local elected officials to be able to do those things. I'm really excited about also the opportunity we have as two groups to have an intergovernmental agreement, a relationship to work together. And like for many years we've been able to do that, and this year, this summer, we're going to be working together on tennis courts as well as the road or the roadway that's near the junior high. And so because of the mechanism in that intergovernmental agreement, those things are going to happen. So without further ado, I want to introduce Al Bravo. He is with us now for 7 months. He's our public information officer, and he's going to present information to you on home rule. Al?
Thank you, boss. Good evening to you all. For those of you who are unfamiliar, I am Al Bravo. I'm the public information officer for the city of Apache Junction. I've been with the city now, as Scott said, since October. One of my great goals for this year is to educate everyone about home rule, because home rule is a little bit tricky, and I think it's important from our standpoint because unfortunately we fall in a funny gap, so to speak, in that the whole idea of home rule limits a city or town from spending all that it collects in revenue. And so what the state does is set up a formula and limits you to a certain amount. For us, that is problematic because that formula is based on the 1980 budgets. For anybody who knows about the city of Apache Junction, we were about 2 years old at that time. We had no parks, no library. We had a couple of police officers and a couple of street workers and a used dump truck, I think, at that time. So we were a pretty modest city at that point, and have since grown into what we see before us today. That gives us a little bit more of a challenge. So if we do the formula, as our finance folks have done for us, we would have to limit our spending by about $10 million a year. That would be the equivalent of the Parks Department, the Library Department, our Streets Department, and then we probably have to cut another $1 million or $2 million from that. Pretty substantial when we're talking about a city the size of Apache Junction. So it's going to be real important for everybody to understand and be educated that if, imagine you were given a $500 check every week and we're only allowed to spend $300 on it. That is essentially what we would be facing under this particular issue. So you'll see a lot of that information that's going out over the next few months. The early ballots for the August 30th election will likely go out the first week of August. So you will probably see a lot of attention around that time. But it will be, as the City Council has already voted, will be on the August 30th election ballots. It will be Proposition 410, and it will likely be listed at the very end of the ballot, just FYI. So anyway, what I do encourage our folks from the school board and other community members, if you do have questions, if you have folks in the schools or anywhere else that have questions about exactly what home rule is, we encourage them to contact my office so we can make sure to educate them as best they can so they make a very wise decision come August 30th. And with that, I'll hand it back to John.